The future is here, and it's stunning, because this is the Stun Pack Puma Future. That was bad. What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Stun Pack colorway of the Puma Future 2.1 Netfit. One of the most underrated boots on the market, one of my personal favorite top-end boots on the market, but one that seems to be losing a little bit of steam in regards to its underrated popularity. When Puma first launched the brand new Future, people were excited about it for two reasons. One, because it was new and people are always excited about new things, but two, because it was different. And realistically, the evolution of the Puma Future has been minimal, to say the least. It's pretty much the exact same boot with different colors and minor styling changes. So the new part is now worn off. They're just different, and different, unfortunately, isn't enough for a lot of people to maintain interest. But I'm here to tell you that while the popularity seems to be dying off pretty significantly on the Puma Future, it's still one of the best options out there depending on what you're looking for from a pair of football boots. So we're gonna go over all the details, including how these fit and feel on feet in today's video. So if you wanna learn more, please stick around. And if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself in this colorway or any of the older colorways that are pretty deeply discounted due to the lack of popularity, I'll leave a pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes. You'll be able to pick these up, in this colorway at least, below their normal $220 retail price. If you guys do end up enjoying the video, don't forget to support it with a like. And if you don't want to miss out on future videos in the future, possibly about the Puma Future, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I make videos every day. Included with the boots is a box. You also get an extra set of gray laces to go along with the navy blue ones already in the boots. I want to start by taking a closer look at the colorway, because that's the main reason why I'm making this video. It's part of the Stun Pack, and as you can see, they are, I'm not joking here, Puma Silver, that's the official color name, and then a dark navy blue, which the two colors together I think look quite good. The only thing that I don't care for here is the fact that the silver isn't actually a silver chrome. I think chrome boots in particular just look very, very cool. It would make these a lot more flashy and I think a lot more unique as well. But just the slightly shiny silver, while I don't think it looks bad, it's just not my personal favorite colorway of the Future 2.1. They're flashy without being too over the top, which I can definitely appreciate. And the fact that they pretty much stuck to just two different colors for the entire boot, I can also really appreciate, because I always think that looks quite clean. But the dull, shiny silver, I don't know, not my thing. Obviously the Netfit is gray, the underlayer is blue, so you get that little bit of an accent. The blue laces, the blue collar, I think looks quite good. It's silver on the inside, or at least gray. You have the pull tabs as accents at the back. And then the sole plate, it's nice that it does not have a wearable finish. That's something that Puma does really nicely. I appreciate that, because I think wearable sole plates are kind of dumb, but it still includes this interesting pattern at the bottom to give it that visual effect that a lot of wearable sole plates do have. And then the translucent blue stud tips, which I actually do quite like the look of. Not my favorite colorway of the Puma Future. I wouldn't necessarily call them stunning, but I do think they look quite good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Now, when it comes to performance, by far my favorite aspect of the Puma Future is the options it gives you in regards to adjustability. It makes it unique in comparison to anything else currently out there, and it achieves this by way of this Netfit system. You can see the exposed netting here through the midfoot area of the foot on either side. Basically, all of these little holes in the netting you can use as lacing positions to create your own custom lacing system. You can see I currently have them laced up normally, which most pros wearing the Puma Future have them laced up exactly this way. Not many actually mess around with the lacing system. In fact, a lot of pros, including Marco Reus, which is one of the bigger names signed to the Puma brand, wears the Puma Future 2.1 without any laces at all, which I've actually done in a playtest video with the previous generation Puma Future. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen. It's actually quite interesting. And I guess as a bit of a spoiler, if you don't want to go and watch that video, which you absolutely should, forgot what I was going to say. However, if you don't have time to go watch that video, as laceless boots, the Puma Future 2.1 and the previous generation ones as well, they do actually work. Do I think they're better as laceless boot versus using the lacing system? Absolutely not. But they do work and are going to provide similar performance characteristics and overall lockdown, depending on how well they fit you, of course, in comparison to the true laceless boots on offer from brands like Adidas, which are obviously very popular. Now, Puma themselves have never officially said that you can wear these as laceless boots. It's just something that people have decided to do, including pros that they pay to wear these boots. So I'm not sure why they wouldn't have Marco Reus put laces in. It kind of goes against all of their marketing behind the Netfit concept. But for whatever reason he does it, Puma doesn't seem to mind. And for the record, if you wanted to wear them as laceless boots, which I personally don't recommend, you can do it. Circling back to the Netfit concept, what I like about it and the adjustability that it has on offer is going to be more so in regards to the lockdown in the heel, as well as the lockdown in the midfoot. When you lace it higher up, it's going to allow for more expansion in the lower parts of the upper, whereas if you lace them up using the lower positions in the netting, it's going to grab more of the upper, allow for less expansion, and therefore have a tighter fit. So depending on exactly the shape of your foot, you can play around with the lacing system and make them fit exactly the way that you want them, or at least tweak them to where they're going to feel a little bit better than they did with just the standard lacing setup. So it's something that you really have to play around with, and not so much a case of this lacing system is the best for everyone, because you kind of have to customize it to your own specific feet. But I personally think that's a very cool thing. And again, you can't get that from any other boot right now. Along with the adjustability, something else that I really like about the Puma Future 2.1, in my opinion, one of the best new releases of 2018, is the fact that it's just super, super comfortable. It has a mesh-based synthetic upper that just feels very, very soft. It's flexible. There's not a lot of rigidity to it, making out-of-the-box comfort, in my opinion, one of the best on the market right now. There's almost nothing to break in here. As far as touch on the ball is concerned, you have that mesh-based synthetic, and then you have this Netfit material basically running throughout the entirety of the upper, almost as a structure element. And you can see a lot of it is covered in the top fused polyurethane material, not to allow it to stretch. The touch on the ball is on the thinner side, but it's not lacking some kind of a padded feel, some kind of thickness. It's not an overly thin material, but also at the same time does have somewhat of a pingy feel that you would expect from a barefoot boot. It's kind of a speed boot, but it's kind of not. Everyone has their own idea of how you would describe these, but as a whole, I actually quite like the touch that they have on offer. And then of course, it's also kind of a mid, but actually fits and feels a lot like a low. These extension pieces at the back and front are pretty much just there for the sake of looks. There's no ankle support, obviously. It looks quite good, and they do actually make a low cut variation of the Puma Future 2.1 that has a little bit more of a traditional construction in regards to just having a lower cut and lower construction in the heel, but honestly the difference in regards to overall performance and fit is extremely minimal. There's almost no difference between them whatsoever. The sole plate and stud pattern is also really good. The sole plate giving the boot a nice solid feel, but not lacking flexibility. I also think that it has a good amount of thickness to it, being that this is an FGAG stud pattern. Definitely more of a true firm ground stud pattern though, because as you can see, the studs themselves are actually quite long. So on a lot of artificial grass fields, I find that the studs actually just end up being too long, and stud pressure could potentially be an issue for you. The extra thickness to the sole plate definitely does help with that. But for the most part, I would say that if you play on shallower artificial grass fields, this probably wouldn't be the greatest option for you. But as an FGAG option, they're durable, the traction is really good, they don't feel unsafe or too clingy on artificial grass, and the performance on natural grass, I would actually say, is above average. It doesn't look like anything too fancy, but this is actually one of the more aggressive stud patterns currently out there. And then there's the weight, which in a size 9.5 US, the Puma Future 2.1 weighs in at about 8.3 ounces, which I suppose kind of goes against the classification of this being a speed boot, but at the same time, I definitely don't think that they're heavy at all. It's got a nice solid structured feel to it. They're solid on feet, but again, they don't feel heavy to me. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they weigh as much as they do, because when you're actually playing in them, the weight is not something that I notice whatsoever. It's very, very comfortable, it's very solid, and if that's what you value in a pair of boots, you're not gonna have any issues with the weight. So as you can see, I've swapped out the stock blue laces, which I actually do like the look of with this particular colorway, for some metallic silver reflective SR4U replacement laces, which almost are a perfect match to the shiny silver bits on the upper, and I think the combo ends up looking really, really cool. Plus, it makes your boots that much more unique from everyone else with the same colorway. So if you're looking to change up the style of your boots in a relatively inexpensive way, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen as well as a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check that out. On feet, I really do think that the Future 2.1 is one of the most comfortable boots out of the box, to the point where I would say that there's basically no break-in time. It's just a matter of getting used to the way that they fit and feel. Now, as far as the lacing system is concerned with this whole Netfit thing, you can see the left foot is just laced up normally as they come out of the box. The right foot, I've actually customized them as I would personally wear the Future 2.1. I'm a little bit flat-footed, so what I like to do is make sure that I leave a little bit more space for expansion in the midfoot area on the medial side, but I keep the lacing system lower in the forefoot just because I want maximum lockdown. Same goes for the lateral side. I lace them a little bit lower, so more of the upper is being grabbed and squeezed around my foot. So I get the best of both worlds in regards to the boots still being comfortable, but also fitting as snug as possible. Not to say that they feel bad just laced up normally, but you can tweak the fit for your specific foot type to make them feel just the way that you want them. So it's not necessarily an adjustability to where the boot's going to drastically change shape, but you can tweak them more than you would be able basically any other boot, which does make a difference in regards to the overall experience that is on offer here. And I really like that about the Future 2.1. As far as width is concerned, this is one of those boots that I truly feel will fit just about anybody. The upper's not really gonna stretch all that much, but the base width I would say is gonna be wide enough for most people. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, while the popularity definitely seems to be dying down on the Puma Future, they are still just as good as when they first came out. Not the 2.1, but the original Puma Future, because the evolution has been minor to say the least. It's a great concept, there still isn't anything else like it, and I'm just a big fan of how they fit and feel in general. In fact, if you ask me to pick a pair of high-end boots not made by Nike or Adidas, this would probably be my #1 pick. I really do like them that much, and I'd be perfectly happy to wear these throughout the course of an entire season. So if all of that sounds good to you, you're probably gonna be really happy with the extremely underrated Future 2.1. Anyways, guys, that is it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested to pair for yourself, you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $220 retail price. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.